Are you ready to make the best pizza of your life? It all starts with a great dough. Hi, I'm Katie and welcome to Pizza with Plants. Today we are making my favorite pizza dough recipe that is so versatile and so easy. Thank you to Brian Lagerstrom for the recipe. It is rock solid. I appreciate it. So first we're going to make sure our water is just the right temperature, not too hot and not too cold. Then we're going to add our sugar and our yeast and give it time to get nice and bubbly. It's been about 10 minutes and our yeast is nice and bubbly. Now we're ready to mix the dough. Starting with our flour and salt and then pouring in our yeast and sugar mixture. Followed by a little bit of olive oil. We're going to mix it on a low speed for about 3 minutes until it becomes fully incorporated. Once everything's fully incorporated, we're going to bump it up and mix it on a higher speed for about 4 minutes. And then we'll do our first window pane test. After the dough's cleared the sides for a number of minutes, we're going to check it and make sure it's nice and elastic and ready to go into its bulk rise. We're going to let the dough bulk rise for about 45 minutes. To keep temperature consistent, we're going to use our Broad & Taylor proofing box set at 75 degrees. After the dough has risen for about 45 minutes, we're going to perform a series of stretch and folds and then form it into a nice tight ball before putting it in a bowl to ferment overnight. Our dough ball will go into an oiled bowl, covered and put into the refrigerator to cold ferment overnight. It's been 24 hours and we're going to check our dough to see how it's coming along. We've let our dough sit out for a couple hours to come up to room temperature, and now we're ready to form our pizza crust. So first we're going to sprinkle the top of the dough with a light dusting of flour and get our work surface with flour so it doesn't stick. We got a little extra olive oil on this one in the bowl, probably a little more than I needed, but that's okay. It's just going to add more flavor. So I'm just going to dust it lightly with flour, flip it over so that it's nicely coated on both sides, but then get the excess flour out of the way so it doesn't become too floury. So I'm going to start just with the pressing and then stretching and pulling. Just working my way around the dough and feeling where it's thick and it has room to give. Another tip is if it's tight, to just let it rest for a minute before going back to forming the dough. You'll notice I'm also popping some of the bubbles that are forming so that we don't have extra huge air pockets. Now the dough is ready to go. All right, our dough is stretched and ready to be put on the peel, dressed, and put in the oven. We're just going to pick it up, we're going to shake off any excess flour, and it's good to go. So I hope you found this video helpful. Again, be kind, eat pizza with plants. Thank you for joining.